Hello, my name is Jerry, and this is at equity.org. We are an organization that helps to provide free education to underprivileged children around the world, and our website is at equity.org. So today I'm going to be making another video on Algebra 1 on the concept of slope. So in the last lesson, we learned about what the slope formula is and how to calculate it from a graph, and how to draw a graph with a specific slope and a point given. So in this class, we're going to learn a few more things about the concept of slope. So first, we need to learn the slope of a horizontal or vertical line. So a horizontal line would look like this. Line will be parallel to the x-axis and perpendicular to the y-axis. And so the slope of a horizontal line is just 0. You can just memorize that, or you can do the rise over run, the slope formula. So the slope formula again is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And as you can see here, the y value does not change, so the top is just 0, because the y values are the same. It's 2 minus 2. And then the x values, well, it doesn't matter what the x values are because 0 is in the numerator, so the slope will be just 0. And you can just memorize that the horizontal line is, the slope is 0. And well, how do you write the equation? As you can see, the horizontal line is on the y-axis. It intersects the y-axis. So the formula for this line will be simply y equals 2. And that's it. Notice the normal formula is y equals mx plus b, right? And here, b is the intercept, the y-intercept. And the y-intercept is 2, so we write it as y equals mx plus 2. However, as we found here, m is 0, so it does not matter what x is. We can just write y equals 0 plus 2, and the equation is y equals 2. So now let's look at a vertical line. Let's say it's 2. The vertical line looks something like this. So a vertical line is parallel to the y-axis but perpendicular to the x-axis. And this might be a bit confusing, but the slope of a vertical line is actually undefined. So basically it does not have a slope. You can see from the formula here. Notice the y value changes, right? But the x value stays on 2. So you will write it as m equals y2 minus y1, but the denominator is 2 minus 2, which is 0. And as we know, if the denominator of a fraction is 0, then does not have an answer. So the slope is basically undefined for a vertical line. However, you can still write the equation. So y equals mx plus b, right? We do not need to care about mx because m is undefined. So the equation, since it intersects the x-axis, the equation will be x equals 2, since it intersects the x-axis, right? So again, the slope of a horizontal line is 0. The slope of a vertical line is undefined. So now let's learn about intercepts. So what is an intercept? An intercept is where the line of a graph intersects the y or x axis. So let's look at intercepts from a graph. This graph might not be to scale. So as you can see, this graph intersects the x-axis here and intersects the y-axis here. So we call this the y-intercept, and this the x-intercept, and this the y-intercept. So the x-intercept would simply be, so you can see it's between 3 and 4, so it will be 3.50, and the y-intercept will be 0. Let's try another one. So here, the x-intercept is this, and the y-intercept is this. So x-intercept is simply 125, 0. The y-intercept is 0, 275. So that's intercept from a graph. Now let's learn intercepts from an equation. So to find the x or y-intercept from an equation, we need to understand the slope formula, which is y equals mx plus b. In the common y equals mx plus b formula, the b is the y-intercept. So to find the x-intercept of an equation, you would need to set the y to equal to 0, because the y value is 0 when the graph intersects the x-axis. So as you can see, as it intersects the x-axis, the y value is 0. And it is the same for the y-intercept. You will need to set the x value to 0, because the x value is 0 when the graph intersects the y-axis. So let's try that problem. Y equals negative 7x plus 3. So again, to find the y-intercept, you need to set the x to 0. So if we set the x to 0, then y is negative 0 plus 3, and the y-intercept will be 3. And to find the x-intercept, just set the y to equal to 0. So 0 equals negative 7x plus 3, negative 3 equals negative 7x, x equals 3 over 7. So this is the x-intercept, and this is the y-intercept. Let's try a few more. Y plus 1 equals 3, parentheses x minus 4. First, distribute the parentheses. Y plus 1 equals 3x minus 12. Y equals 3x minus 13. So to find the y-intercept, set the x to 0, so y equals negative 13. That's the y-intercept. To find the x-intercept, set the y to 0, so you get 0 equals 3x minus 13. 3x equals 13, x equals 13 over 3, and that's the x-intercept. Let's do a few more problems over here. 3x plus 2y. So first try to convert it to the normal slope formula, which is 2y equals negative 3x plus 5. Divide the 2 over, you get y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 5 over 2. Again, finding the x-intercept. Let's find the y-intercept first, because it's easier. So y-intercept, set the x equals 0, y equals 5 over 2. Finding the x-intercept, set the y equals to 0, and 0 equals negative 3 over 2x plus 5 over 2, and 3 over 2x equals 5 over 2. Multiply that over, and you get x equals 5 over 3, and that's the x-intercept. Let's try one last one. Negative 2x minus 21. Find the y-intercept, set the x to 0, y equals negative 21. That's the y-intercept. Finding the x-intercept, set the y to 0, 0 equals negative 2x minus 21, 2x equals negative 21, and x equals negative 21 over 2, and that is the x-intercept. So today we learned the slope of a horizontal line and a vertical line, and how to find the intercept from a graph, and how to find the intercept from an equation. And that's all for today, and you should go check out the edequity.org website because we have more materials there for you to practice, like questions and worksheets and quizzes for you to do for free. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.